It's all about perspective. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 ordinary things that look weird up close. For this list, we're taking a look at ordinary objects that start looking anything but ordinary when you get a close enough look at them through a microscope or a similar device. You'll never look at some of these things in the same way again. Number 10. Snow. Snow can be gorgeous even when viewed under normal circumstances, turning the world into a pristine and magical looking landscape. But get even a closer look and the white powder reveals itself to be a collection of stunning ice crystals that form into elaborate fractal shapes as they fall through the air. These come in an essentially limitless number of configurations, leading to the claim that no two snowflakes are exactly alike. We're not going to dispute that, especially after seeing just how complex and intricate they are up close. Besides, who has the time and energy to go around comparing snowflakes? Number 9. Butterfly wings. Butterflies come in a whole range of shapes and colors, definitely putting them towards the top of the list of interesting insects. This all comes from their trademark wings, which dwarf their bodies with their size and splendor. They might seem almost like fabric or flower petals at first glance, but these colorful wings are actually covered in tiny scales, almost like those of a fish. These scales, alongside specialized hairs, are what give butterfly wings their vibrant color. And did you know that the term Lepidoptera, the animal order that includes butterflies and moths, comes from Greek words meaning scale and wing? Well, you do now. Number 8. Alcohol. At the end of a long day, a nice drink can be a good way to unwind, so long as it's in moderation. But if you start seeing things like this, you've either had way too many, or you're enjoying your drink through a microscope. This may look like something from the inside of a kaleidoscope, or maybe some futurist artwork, but it's actually various alcohol beverages viewed at a staggering 1,000 times magnification. Who would have guessed that inside your favorite nightcap was imagery straight out of a trippy 1960s art movie, complete with vivid colors and mind-bending shapes? Far out, man. Number 7. Ants. Let's be honest, these tiny critters are rarely a welcome sight. After all, who hasn't unexpectedly found them loitering in their kitchen, or had a perfectly good picnic ruined by their sudden invasion? But before you whip out a can of bug spray or start stomping, take a closer look. Yeah, they're still terrifying. But up close, they're at least an interesting kind of terrifying, with their chitinous bodies sporting far more details than you'd expect. Microscopic hairs, almost mechanical bodies, and of course those giant compound eyes. They're almost beautiful when you think about it, in a nightmarish kind of way. Number 6. Leaves. They may look like simple green plant matter, but surely by this point you've realized that nothing is ever as simple as it looks. A much closer inspection of the leaves of ordinary plants reveals that they aren't too dissimilar from human skin, with hair-like growths called trichomes and even pores. These serve much of the same functions that the hairs and pores we have do, helping to regulate temperature and moisture levels within the plant itself. Without these, plants wouldn't be able to produce sugar or draw energy from the sun through photosynthesis. And in addition to these important functions, they look fascinating when observed through a microscope. Number 5. Eyes. It's kind of funny, isn't it? The same organ you use to see is perhaps one of the most beautiful things to look at. Your peepers look positively mesmerizing up close, especially the iris, the part of your eye that gives it color and allows your pupil to contract or dilate as needed. When viewed extremely close up, the iris can look almost like a strange alien landscape with peaks and valleys that give it a unique and beautiful texture. And that's just the iris. Travel just a short distance to the eyelash and you'll find yourself in something almost like a dark forest, rolling over the eyeball toward the tear duct. Number 4. Aspirin. The odds are pretty good that you've downed one of these at least a few times in your life. First introduced in the late 1800s, The chemical compound known as acetylsalicylic acid is one of the best proven treatments for ailments including fever, aches and pains and more. We're not going to recommend looking at a screen when you've got a nasty headache, but these microscopic images of the wonder drug almost make it worth it. Crystallized acetylsalicylic acid looks stunning, with a multicolored look akin to stained glass windows or a kaleidoscope. A dose of vitamin C has a similar rainbow-infused look as well. Number 3. Tongues. As by now we've realized, the human body can be pretty strange when viewed up close. Take the inside of your mouth for example. For one thing, you've got the veritable fungal forest that is dental plaque. Trust us, you should be brushing more. But even the stuff that should be in there is pretty freaky looking. The surface of your tongue is coated with tiny organs called papillae, and the various types of papillae perform different functions, as well as containing the taste buds. And then of course there's the whole host of bacterial colonies, some of which perform useful functions within your mouth every day. Say ah. Number 2. Household dust. Cleaning up is never fun, especially when it comes to endlessly sweeping layers of common dust off all of your furniture and possessions. But maybe cleaning up would be a little bit more pleasant if you could see dust up close. What appears to us as an indistinct grey powder is actually a fascinating collage of different elements including skin cells, hair, plant pollen, pet dander, and a slew of other ingredients. When viewed at extreme magnification, this makes mundane dust appear more like mesmerizing glitter. But then again, there are also dust mites, which look ready to jump on your face and take over your mind at any second. Yikes. Before we zoom in on our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Not quite at the end yet, almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1. Skin. They say we should be comfortable in our own skin, but that gets a little bit less easy when you look at it up close. No matter how thorough your skincare routine, the human epidermis can look pretty scary at the microscopic level, with a craggy upper layer composed of flakes of dead skin cells over the still living layer below. And then there are things like sweat pores, which look like terrifying pits or sinkholes from which a monster could emerge at any minute. It all comes together to make your skin look more like the surface of an alien planet, and definitely not one you'd want to visit anytime soon. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.